7 o'clock, Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. It's the regular city council meeting for the city of Algonac. May I have roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Buckus.
Here.
Councilman Blair.
Here.
Councilman Gillis.
Here.
Councilwoman Harris.
Here.
Councilman Martin.
Here.
Councilman Scarback.
Here.
Mayor Stoneburner.
Here.
One present.
At this time, will everyone please take a moment of silent prayer? Will everyone please stand for the pledge? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we have an agenda. Next up is our presentations. We have a presentation this evening, and Councilman Ray Martin will be doing the honors.
I'd like to start by saying in Algonac, we've been blessed with many different examples of volunteerism, and tonight we're recognizing two ladies for that example of the volunteer work that they're doing. So if Penny Baggett and Cindy Higby come forward.
I know, I got off at 5:30, that's fine.
Penny and Cindy, Penny Baggett and Cindy Higby. Penny or Cindy? Cindy and Penny. Have been tending to the flowers around the flagpole in Riverfront Park for many years. They saw a need and quietly took it upon themselves to help out. Their efforts not only contribute to the beauty of the park, but also highlight the beauty and respect for the American flag. Their initiative and care for the community defines the true meaning of nice neighbor. And there's an award for each one of you. I'll read the one, but you'll each be getting one. And that's the Nice Neighbor Award. The city of Algonac presents a token of our appreciation to Cindy Higby and Penny Baggett for your kindness in tending to the flowers at the flagpole at Algonac's Riverfront Park. The time and effort you invest in maintaining the flower bed is highly valued by the community. Your thoughtfulness to take it upon yourselves to care for the appearance of the flower bed did not go unnoticed. It is a reflection on the city and embodies the definition of nice neighbor. Your community spirit sets an example for others to aspire to. We are so grateful for your efforts, and it's signed by Terry Stoneburner. And thank you.
Well, we got picture time. Can't walk away.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Two more flowers to tend to.
And one last thought. Those who can do, and those who can do more, volunteer.
We get Jake in here too.
We can.
Councilman, we're going to close the front end there.
Come on.
All right, cheese everybody.
No cheating.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, next up, we have public comments. This is the time for the public to come up and speak and address council. You have 5 minutes to speak. Please state your name and your address. Do you have any takers? I'm not seeing anyone move. All right, seeing no one, we'll go on our agenda. This time we have the city manager report. Mr. Gerstenberg.
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. So we're having technical difficulties. This was all working just like 2 hours ago, but it is not working now. So I will just walk you through the presentation that we have this evening. Unless for some miracle I can pop it up while we're going through this. Well, we have a presentation tonight on special event permits. So our first slide says, what is a special event? So according to City Ordinance 4-47, that's a block party, festival, celebration, concert, or any other similar occurrence, either for profit or not for profit. It does not include parades and all political activities. Those are specifically excluded from being special events. City Ordinance 4-48 requires a permit for all special events. That permit has been an ordinance required since 1988. It basically says that no one can have or do anything with a special event until a permit has first been obtained from the city. City Ordinance 4-49, which has also been in place since 1988, requires reimbursement for city expenses. That means that applicants for a special event permit shall reimburse the city for the costs of city employees and for all other expenses incurred by the city in preparing for and administering that special event. The reimbursement shall include an administrative fee of 15%, and the city may require that applicants post a surety bond or letter of credit to ensure reimbursement. So this is a very important ordinance. It ensures a prudent use of tax dollars that are needed to keep us safe, improve our neighborhoods, and preserve the resources and beauty of this great city. So, for a special events permit, everyone is required to submit an application. It asks the normal things: sponsor organization, where will the event be held, what are you doing about security, parking, trash disposal, noise control, what are the dates of the event, will alcohol be consumed, do you have insurance? It also asks about your past donations to the city and community. Whether you have donated to the city or not, that does not affect the issuance of the permit. That information is important for city administration and city council to know whether or not there is justification for less than 100% reimbursement requests. It also allows us to learn more about the organization requesting the use of the city property, and it's a safeguarding, it's a protection of taxpayer dollars. We don't issue that many special events permits. 2018 we issued 4, 2019 3, 2020 6, and so far in 2021 7. Types of special events that we have: art fair, car shows, the Good Girl Tournament, Girl Scout Fun Day, the beer, wine, and cocktail sampling, bourbon, booze, and barbecue sampling, craft shows, riverfront park church services, health fairs. Now, the city, by law, can only expend money for a public purpose. For example, Algonac cannot make a charitable donation, gift, or contribution to a service club, charity, or public or private social service agency, including chambers of commerce, hospitals, museums, veterans organizations, community funds, Boy Scouts, Red Cross, or any other educational, promotional, or benevolent association. They cannot be used to pay for an employee funeral, birthday cake, or retirement party, and they cannot be used to purchase and distribute candy for kids and fruit baskets for senior citizens at holiday time. There is a state statute, however, that allows cities to expend money for certain national holidays. That would be Memorial Day, Independence Day, and Veterans Day. The cost of most of the special events to the city is zero. Car shows, Girl Scout Fun Day, the beer and wine events, craft shows, riverfront park church services, the health fairs, those really don't cost the city anything. However, there are two special events that do cost the city money. The art fair costs the city approximately $750, and the numbers have just recently come in for the 2021 Pickerel Tournament and Carnival. That costs the city $26,306.27.
I'm sorry? How much?
$26,306.27. So that is all of the costs, the hours and time spent by the city manager, the fire department, public works department, the St. Clair County Sheriff, unmetered fire hydrant water that the tournament uses, and 3 30-yard dumpsters for 5 days, which is supplied by Terra, plus the 15% admin fee per city ordinance. Now, other cities do require reimbursement for city services, and when you're looking at what other cities do, you have to take into account and compare apples to apples. For example, Mount Clemens Fireworks, that's a one-night event with fireworks. They invoice the event host to include all city expenditures, and the event host in that case contracts with the sheriff directly for security that evening. The Fraser Lions Club Festival, they have an 18-page contract with the city. It's a 4-day event with carnival and fireworks. The 2019 invoice to the Lions included all city expenditures, sheriff and utilities for a total amount of $21,967.89. So that was the bill that was given to the Fraser Lions for a 4-day event with carnival and fireworks. Reimbursing the city for expenses, our past practice. There's no record that the city's ever pursued reimbursement from the art fair. As for the Pickerel Tournament, in 2018, city staff discovered that not only has the city inconsistently failed to bill or incorrectly billed the Lions Club for years, but there were also years where the city billed the Lions Club and those invoices were never paid. In conclusion, the city administration will follow the existing 1988 ordinance and document all city expenditures for a proposed special event. City council may adjust that proposed reimbursement. For example, on May 18th of 2021, City Council considered the impact of the 2021 Lions Pickerel Tournament on the community and unanimously agreed to invoice the Lions $5,000 for 2021. So that's the conclusion of the presentation. I apologize that we're having technical difficulties, but that gives you an idea of what other special events cost to the city, what the Pickerel Tournament costs for the city, and what a very similar festival in Fraser costs and what is invoiced to the host organization. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner.
Thank you. Anybody have any?
I have a couple, I'll jump right in, if that's okay with you, Mayor Stoneburner. Denise, a few questions. I know that Fraser Lions Festival has been going on for, I grew up in Fraser, so I know it's been going on, I'm not gonna say my age, but for quite some time. I guess what I don't understand is, if this is on our books and it's an ordinance that we should follow, is there any particular reason why we haven't been following and billing them for this amount? I mean, they came in 2 weeks ago and gave us a large presentation on how much this pickerel tournament does for our city. Does anybody from our Lions Club know the costs incurred to run this at $26,000? Was it just been brought to their attention? Because I was a Lions member and I was unaware that it costs as much as well. And if they haven't been being billed for so many years prior, is there any particular reason that we know why that hasn't been done? And they have been billed, and if they haven't paid, is there any particular reason why that hasn't happened either? Maybe you can answer these questions. I guess I'm just curious.
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Councilman Blair, I do not have all the answers. It was in 2018 that I started going back through all the records to see what was paid. There was varying amounts paid. The DDA, there was evidence that the DDA reimbursed the city for over $11,000 1 year. Then the DDA said that there is no more DDA, so they could no longer do that. There was evidence of some federal grant money involvement. Why there was inconsistencies, I don't know. That was well before I got here, and I certainly don't know what happened, 20 years ago. I will tell you that many communities throughout the area, years and years ago, did absorb costs. But after 2008, when we hit that big recession, and the cities were unable to, because of the Headley Amendment, capture the amount of tax dollars that they, used to. I mean, it's gonna take most communities 15 to 20 years to go back to where they were in 2008. In fact, the city of Algonac is still not collecting the same amount as they were in 2008. So, I know at least by 2008, communities were saying, we gotta look for other methods of funding, we don't have the funds that we used to.
Well, I apologize for being negligent as a city council member, I guess, for not knowing this amount, but thank you for bringing this to Billy's my attention, and maybe somebody else knew about that amount of money, but I was unaware that it cost that much money to the city. Thank you.
All right.
If I could, just to back up Mr. Blair, you know, the one question that everybody seems to misconstrue a little bit is, what have you done for the city? It's not demanding anything from a group to have to do something for the city. It is a way of us being able to tell the taxpayers, look, we're using your money because this group has given back this and this. When I was a Lion member, there was a tradition that every Mother's Day, the Lions would paint the pool. That made it a lot easier to go ahead and say, look, they did all this free labor and stuff on the pool, we can give them a discount. They replaced all the wood on the benches about 4 years ago. It was a orchard ride. We planted many of the trees planted in the front and by the Lions in the past. So that question is one of the reasons why in the past, the city would go ahead and give groups a break on what was due. And like our city manager said, after 2008, we still not collecting the same amount of taxes as we rarely are. There's just not the same kind of money floating around that you can do that. And we as a council, I know we do, but the public and groups out there have to remember, this is not the city's money. This is the people's money. This is taxpayer money. We just can't go ahead and hand out money that is not ours.
Concur, 100%, yeah, for sure.
Anyone else?
I have a question.
Yes.
Jeff, you have the, presentation, the sheets,
Sheets for,
the presentation.
yes, that came in the manager's report
I didn't
on Thursday. It was an attachment in the manager's report.
I didn't look. So if I go back, I'll find it in an attachment. Okay. And that's all I need to know.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mrs. Christian, for that information. At this time,
Could I say just one more thing? I'm so sorry, I hope I'm not being too rude, but, the offer's still out there for the Lions. I made the offer 2 weeks ago, if they want some help trying to find ways to cut the costs, they can see me or call me anytime, and I will do my best to help them reduce some of their costs. It's beneficial for the Lions and for the city, so that offer's still out there.
okay, thank you. Well, let's go on and.
Yep, sure.
Okay. At this time, may I have a motion, to approve our consent agenda, which consists of the regular city, meeting minutes from July 20th, 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second?
All those or any discussion?
I just want to comment that the mayor's council comments took up a whole page.
It was a large font, I'm sure. Thank you for noticing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. We have no unfinished business, so we'll get right into the new business. First up, we're being asked to award a contract for the water filtration building and roof improvements. As you know, we visited this on March 17th of 2021. Bids were received from 2 contractors for building and roof improvements at the water filtration plant. Hubble, Roth, and Clark reviewed the bids and recommended that we award it to Bornor Restoration in the amount of $113,000 $13,262 plus contingency and construction engineering. The engineer's estimate for this project was at $113,100. Clay Township is responsible for 64% of the project costs. Any cost to this project over $20,000 is therefore required approval by the Clay Township Board of Trustees before proceeding with the award. And the Township Board at their next meeting requested that the project be rebid. On June 3rd, we received bids from two different contractors, Brown, Schroeder and Company and HMC Mason Contractors. HRC reviewed the bids and recommended the award to the low bidder of Brown Schroeder in the amount of $111,319 plus $15,000 contingency and $9,782.10 for construction engineering. This award has already been approved by the Clay Township Board of Trustees on July 19th, 2021. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to award the contract for water filtration, building improvements to Brown, Schroeder and Company, whose address is 6827 East 9 Mile in Warren, in the amount of $111,319, and the contract for construction engineering to HRC, whose address is P.O. Box 824 Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, in the not to exceed amount of $9,782.10, and to budget an additional $15,000 contingency for a total project cost not to exceed $136,101.10.
Second.
Discussion?
I just want to comment that this looks like it was done very thoroughly. I'm glad that Clay Township asked for a rebid. That keeps our numbers as low as possible, so great job.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Bembas.
Here, yes.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Oh, you good.
Councilman Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilman Starback.
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we're being asked to approve the renewal of the U.S. government license for real property from the NOAA agreement number 18EKWC0004L at 1530 St. Clair River Drive. The City of Algonac currently licenses the National Ocean Servicer to operate the Center for Operational Oceanographic Products and Services water level gauge building on the grounds of the city water treatment plant located at 1530 St. Clair River Drive. They use a section 26 feet by 16 feet of ground. National Ocean Servicer has expressed a continuing need for this monitoring site and has requested that the city renew the existing license for an additional 5 years or more under the same terms and conditions. The current agreement was approved in 2018 for 3 years at no cost. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the renewal of U.S. government license for real property, National Oceanic NOAA agreement number 818EKWC0004L at 1530 St. Clair River Drive at no cost for a term of 3 years beginning August 20, 2021 to July 31st, 2024, and direct the city manager to sign the new agreement number 21EK00075L on behalf of the city.
So, you said 3 years?
Yes,
We're going for 3 instead of 5?
yes. We are not able to approve anything 5 years out. We're not able to sign that. I misspoke in there and I apologize. I know that's what it said in it, but we, on advice from the attorney, we can only go 3 years. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Support.
Discussion?
I have a quick question, Mr. Stoneburner.
Yes.
Was a prior contract 5 years? If the prior contract was 5 years, why all of a sudden do we have to do 3?
No, we did it for 3 before.
Okay.
Mayor,
The prior contract in 2018 was for 3
Okay.
years.
Mayor Stumper,
Yes.
I believe the city charter states that we can't lease riverfront property for more than 3 years at a time without going to the voters.
And this is just under 400 square feet. I was trying to visualize how large of a section it is. It's not very large. Any other comments, questions, concerns? Roll call, please.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Councilman Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bembas.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we're being asked to approve the purchase order for the water plant not to exceed $6,000. Water Superintendent Andrew Messina is requesting, that we go through PVS Norwood, that has supplied the city with fluoride, citric acid, and sulfuric acid for many years. They are the sole provider of NSF ANSI compliant fluoride for drinking water in the Metro Detroit area. PBS will deliver chemicals on an as-needed basis for the 21-22 fiscal year for less than $6,000. May I have a motion, please?
Make a motion that we approve, issuance of a purchase order to purchase chemicals from PVS Norwood Chemicals, whose address is 8970 Hubble Avenue, Detroit, in an amount not to exceed maximum of $6,000.
Second.
Discussion? Comments, questions, concerns? Roll call, please.
Councilman Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we're being asked to approve a purchase order for the water plant, and we realized it also had, a pool, chemical involved in it. We're not opening the pool, so we're gonna back that out of it. So now we're being asked to approve the purchase order for the water plant not to exceed $12,000. Colmac Industries has supplied the best price for chlorine and is the preferred provider for the water and wastewater treatment plants up and down the river. It is proposed that Colmac provide the city of Algonac with sodium hypochlorite or chlorine for the water treatment plant in the amount not to exceed $12,000. Colmac will supply and deliver chemicals on an as-needed basis for the 21-22 fiscal year. May I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve a purchase order for water plant to purchase sodium hypochlorite for the water treatment plant in amount not to exceed $12,000.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns, discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Councilman Gillis.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we're being asked to approve the purchase of the water plant chlorine analyzers and turbidimeter for $18,537. The Algonac water plant has 3 chlorine analyzers that measure and control residual chlorine levels 24 hours a day. A turbidity meter quickly measures the turbidity or the cloudiness of the water caused by suspended solid particles. These devices are required by the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy. The current analyzers are over 20 years old and are no longer serviced by the distributor. The updated equipment is needed to provide safe drinking water. One proposal was received from the Hatch Company, who is well known for dependable equipment in the water industry. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of 3 chlorine analyzers and 1 bench top turbidity meter from Hack, whose address is 5600 Lindbergh Drive, Loveland, Colorado, 80539, in the amount of $18,537.
Support.
Discussion? Comments, questions, concerns?
Can we make me come up with an easier word next time?
I would like that for a while.
Thank you, what's the teacher?
An elementary school teacher.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Scarbeck,
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
Councilman Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we're being asked to approve the water plant equipment installation for water tower telemetry of $11,004.50. The Algonac water tower and water plant typically communicate via a cellular signal. Oh, that's an easy one too. This equipment lets water plant employees know how full the water tower is at any time. Unfortunately, this equipment stopped working on July 7th, 2021. As a result, staff had to spend the night at the water plant and manually turn the pumps on and off until the problem was fixed. SCADA was contacted to complete diagnostics on the equipment. Replacement parts were not available to fix the existing 20-plus-year-old system. SCADA proceeded with installation of the new equipment and telemetry restoration, and that was completed on July 9th, 2021. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve payment for the equipment and installation needed to restore water tower to water plant telemetry to SCADA, whose address is 2290 Bishop Circle East, Dexter, Michigan, 48130, and the total amount of $11,004.50.
Support.
Discussion, comments, questions, concerns?
Mayor, how dangerous was this when this went down? What were the ramifications?
There were none because they took care of the issues
They-
by hand.
24 hours, just watching this. You know, it always concerns me, I've expressed it before, we see so many things with 20-year-old systems. How many more 20-year-old systems do we have
20.
that need to be replaced before they actually break? It's kind of like, you know, the tires on your car, when they're wearing out, you want to replace them before they break. We keep waiting until we get the blowout to fix them. Any ideas on how long or how many things like this we still need to be concerned about?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. A lot.
Okay.
There's a lot of long-term maintenance issues that, we are trying to address.
I imagine it's frustrating to you too.
Absolutely.
Well, one thing is,
Frustrating to the guys that are spending the night also.
one thing that is nice is being replaced with more modern technology. So hopefully the issues won't arise like that. But in the meantime, you're correct. It's like we're putting Band-Aids on.
I just hope eventually we can catch up, so in the future we can say, oh, this system's 10 years old, 15 years old. Maybe we gotta replace it before it really does go down, and the guys have to spend over the night watching it. That'd be kinda idea.
I'd like to express my gratitude to the employees that did give up their evening to make sure we had a safe and adequate drinking water.
We do have good employees.
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Scarbeck,
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
Councilman Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we're being asked to approve accounts payable and payroll. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $742,455.75.
Support. Any discussion, questions? Roll call, please.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
Councilman Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilman Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Scarbeck.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, Mrs. Gerstenberg, what is on our next agenda?
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. We are looking at the Coast Guard mooring lease. On our next agenda, approval of the salt order for winter time. We're also being asked to approve the Michigan Teal project, which is, those teal ribbons that are on the boardwalk representing ovarian cancer. And I believe we are going to have an oxalic acid award for our Little League softball team here in Everett.
Wonderful.
Mayor Stoneman,
Yes.
am I allowed to make a motion to possibly have something on the next agenda, or Ms. Moore calling it?
You can, talk to Mrs. Gerstenberg afterwards.
Okay,
and-
wonderful, thank you.
That would be great. Council comment, Councilman Blair.
Just want to thank everybody for coming out, this evening. I also want to thank Penny and Cindy, just a few of the people in our wonderful community that step up and just do anonymous things. I think there's even a few of you here this evening still, and thank you very much for that. I want to give a shout out to our water department. We have some of the best drinking water in the county from what I understand, and it's because of our employees that make that happen, keep us all safe, as one of our councilmen said. That's really all I gotta say this evening, except for the coronavirus, of course, we hear about the variants, so everybody be smart about that as well. Before you know it, I'm sure they'll be on top of this here as well, but we need to be smart and control that, and I'm sure we'll be fine as well.
Councilman Gillis.
I would like to say, thank you to Cindy and Penny as well. I think the greatest part about their volunteerism is it wasn't a group or organization, it was just the citizens that noticed something that needed to be done, and they just took it over and did it. And that's the greatest type of ownership that you could ask for from your citizens. When groups do things, it's one thing, but when individual people say, you know what, I can change, this is a little part of the world that I can change, that's a great thing, so. Other than that, have a great evening, everyone.
Mayor Pro Tem Evans.
Hi, everyone, and of course, thank you, Penny and Cindy, and I wanna, just piggyback on Councilman Gillis. The nice thing about them is that they, do it on quiet. Excuse me, there was no big hoopla that they do it, they just do it, they weren't worried, they're not worried about giving the glory or anything, they just handle business and what better way to kill, that's the proper way of killing anyways. Let's see, this weekend, and I know Mayor will talk about it a little bit more, but we have the golf cart rally, I call it the golf cart rally, but she'll call it something else, I'm sure. And 14 is the liquor, I call it the liquor fest, I'm sure that's got a different name too. That's on the boardwalk, and in Clay Township on the 14th, the Historical Society is having a craft show and car show. So next couple weeks we'll be busy in Algonac, and we're getting really close to Halloween. So we got Halloween in the neck, and we're looking for any small businesses or individuals who want to support it by doing a game. And I'm looking at also civic groups that are who may want to participate. Shout out to Jan Evans, who is going to take on the parade this year with Women's Life, and things are going good with selling the ducks. Gail has done a tremendous job selling ducks, and is doing a good job, and we've already sold more this year than last year. And just to toot our own horn, imitation is the best form of flattery. And St. Clair is now doing small little turtle races for their community. That's kind of cool. We started something 3 years ago, and now they're picking up on it. So we should all take pride in that. And I'll just ramble on some more. None of us got anything to do after this, so I'm gonna keep talking. Very good presentation from our city manager on groups. And we want every civic organization to succeed. We'll help them in any way we can, but we do have to follow the rules. That's what we're gonna do in the future. Okay. Is that enough, or you want me to keep going?
That's enough.
That's it. Thank you, Mr. Claire.
A large font, so Councilman Martin.
Yeah, it was a good feeling to be the one to be able to present the Good Neighbor Award to Peggy and Cindy and thank them again for their volunteerism. That's it.
All right. Councilwoman Harris?
Thank you everyone for coming, and also Penny and Cindy for their doing so well at the park. Can I address Mrs. Gerstenberg? Can you tell me, Denise, what we're doing about the school, the elementary school?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. Councilwoman Harris, as you know, the school has been vacant for over 4 years. It has been for sale by a licensed broker. It is owned by a company down in Georgia, not a local company. We have, a couple years ago, approached the EDA to see if they could help us find a tenant or a buyer for the building. There has been very little interest in purchase of the building. Lately, we have had a lot of vandalism at that building. The sheriff has been over there many times. We have been keeping track of the vandalism, with the assistance of the sheriff, obviously, and so now I think that we do have enough evidence of vandalism that we can take it to our dangerous building board. So right now, we are working with the sheriff to compile all of the sheriff reports on the vandalism that has taken place. We are going to send that to the Dangerous Buildings Committee, and hopefully we'll be able to move forward. Usually the Dangerous Buildings Commission would ask for them to do something, could be demolition of the building, or they may decide they don't want to do demolition of the building, but maybe they'll lower the price. So either way, we're hoping we can encourage the sale or movement of that building in some way. It has taken us 4 years to get enough evidence together, because the first couple of years there was very little vandalism. It's just been in the past 2 years that it's really stepped up for some reason. So that is what we are able to do. Obviously it's owned by a private property owner, so we cannot compel them to sell. But we can use the tools that we have in our toolbox, and one of those is dangerous buildings.
Good, thank you very much. Thank you. Anything else? No. Councilman Scarbeck?
I just wanna thank Penny and Cindy for, and I just wanna thank you guys for the council.
Penny and Cindy, thank you. But for those of you here and at home, consider the Nice Neighbor Award or Elginak Asset Award and submit names. It doesn't always come from council, it comes from our residents. You see what's going on in the neighborhood, you see what's happening in our community. Nominate someone for this Nice Neighbor Award or the Elginak Asset Award. On Friday, we have, our Girl Scout picture is scheduled at the skate park at 4 o'clock. We've had just terrible weather when we planned to have this picture taken, and I figure just bring your umbrella. We're gonna get this picture done this Friday. So Friday at 4 o'clock over at the skate park, we'll meet the Girl Scouts. If you're available, join us so that we can thank them once again and get a proper picture with all the kids. Saturday, we have our charity photo quest. Tom and I are working with Bob Morrow to put on that. All the entry fees goes back to charity, and if you come in first, second, or third place, your money or your winnings will go to the charity of your choice. So it could be your child's the PTA in your child's elementary school. It could be Little League. It could be St. Jude's. It could be the Humane Society. Whatever you want. If you have a golf cart, ATVs, bicycles, heck, if you have motorcycles and cars, you can do it. If it rains, we're still gonna do it. So come on out and have some fun on Saturday afternoon. I'm on Facebook, and on the city website. Also, you can get a hold of me and I'll run a registration form to you. I will be at Music in the Park on Thursday night. So if somebody wants to register for that, just find me down there, and it's $20. I know on our registration form, we were gonna up the fee the last week. Now we just want more and more people. So we're gonna keep it at $20, and come on out and have a good time with us. So, and if anybody's here wants to, I brought registration forms with me. I would like to thank our employees and all our groups, our administration and everything for keeping everything on board. Nobody knew that that was happening at the water, in the water tower, and not being able to communicate right, but yet we had the right people in place to take care of the issue, and we all slept soundly. And that says a whole lot about who we have working for us, and it happens in every single department in this city, and I really admire that. And with that, I'll keep it only a half page full of comments, and, may I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 We're adjourned.